At some point, and I don't know when it happens for everybody, but it happens, you start to feel a gap between what exists and what should exist, between what you're being offered and what you really want and what you really need, between the world as it is and the world you can see in your head. Most people feel that gap and they just keep consuming, they just keep taking in information, they keep taking in consumables, items, whatever it is, experiences, but they adjust. They don't go to change anything. They settle. They find a way to be okay. And I just couldn't do that. Spent 15 years in rooms where the stakes are as high as they could get. Surgical ICUs, crisis units, Medicaid populations. I managed 54,000 people trying to navigate a healthcare system that wasn't actually designed to actually take care of them. I watched a lot of brilliant, committed people pour everything they had into broken systems and wonder why the outcomes never matched the effort. And I kept thinking that the problem isn't the people, but the problem is the architecture, it's the systems. So it doesn't matter how hard you work inside of a broken system, inside of the wrong thing, it's just not gonna work. But I've also spent my whole life as a consumer of culture and spaces, of products and people and communities. And there is a spectrum of experiences in life, which depending on what your taste is and what your resources are, you can access. The truth is that at any level of your access, you can have an enjoyable experience and have a good life and be happy and bring up this joy and bring yourself and your family abundance. But that's a choice. You have to choose to opt out of what you've been told you should experience. Part of this is capitalism, and that the best things used to get pushed to the top. And then at some point in the United States of America, the most efficient things got pushed to the top. And that's not a bad thing per se, but it is a inconvenient thing for people who need value. And unfortunately, the more efficiency you wring out of a product, the less value you give to certain groups. And value increases for owners, but decreases for consumers and users. And that is what I'm looking to address through the quantum group. I'm not building somebody else's idea for us or of us. I'm not angry about the gap between culture and commerce. I'm just asking different questions now. And the most important question that I had that I needed to start with was, what if I build it, as opposed to waiting for somebody else to come in and decide that they want to improve the culture? I'm not looking to build an escape from the problem. I'm looking to build answers to the problem. And when I realized that, it led me directly to the quantum group. To summarize what the quantum group is, and I'll talk about it more as we go on in this video series. This is just one of many videos, but the quantum group is a participatory capital platform. That means we don't just build businesses, we build businesses that share what they create with the people who believed in them before they had proof. It's community capital, conscious economics. It's the conviction that the people closest to the problem are the most qualified to solve them and the most deserving of what that solution becomes worth. So in that spirit, our first vehicle is Ugly Pies. Ugly Pies is a members-only competitive gaming and social lounge. And it's a place that doesn't exist yet. For the adult gamer who takes their leisure as seriously as their work. and they have nowhere that takes them seriously back. Flagship location is scheduled for Los Angeles in 2027. The raise is $5 million, and the exit target for the company is $500 million. The buyers already exist. Sony, Microsoft, private equity, wellness, and entertainment platforms. They're waiting for someone to build this thing that's worth acquiring. So Quantum Group is building that thing and those things. But I have to be honest about something. The video really isn't about ugly pies, and it's really not even about the Quantum Group. Those are things that I'm building for sure, but the video is about why I'm building and why I think you might be the kind of person who needs to hear this. Because somewhere in your life, maybe now, you can see a gap between what exists and what should exist, between what you've been offered and what you actually need, between the world as it is and the world you can see clearly. And you've been waiting for the right time, for the right resources, for the right version of yourself to show up and make it make sense. That version isn't coming. I want to repeat that to you. That version isn't coming. The right time is not going to come. The right resources, the right version of yourself to show up and make it make sense, it's not going to come for you. It's not. It's not going to come to you. You have to start. You have to start. I don't know any other way to put it. You just have to get started. That's the version that is the container for what ultimately could change your life. So I'm not building any of these things because I haven't figured out. I'm building it because the gap became unbearable. And because building was the only logical response I had left. So I relocated to LA with a vision, a model, and some audacity to believe that the right people will find this at exactly the right time. So if you're watching this, you might be one of those people. And I'm not asking you to invest in a gaming lounge. I'm asking you to invest in the idea that people who feel gaps most clearly are the most qualified to close those gaps. The community is a competitive advantage. The consciousness and capitalism aren't opposite. That is the American dream. And it's not a dream. It's still available. It just doesn't come with instructions. We're writing eyes in real time. We're making our own instructions. And we're doing it publicly on purpose so that anybody who watches can see exactly how it gets done. So find your sticky problem. Find one that's followed you across every room you've ever been in. The problem that you've seen 1,000 times and you just couldn't look away from it. The problem that other people learned to live with, but you never could quite do that. Find that. And then find people who are courageous enough that. Find that. And then find people who are courageous enough to unite around solving it. That's the whole thing. That's all this is. My name is Solo. I'm the founder and CEO of the Quantum Group. And I'm building something overdue. Come be a part of it.